came out of nowhere. You gotta check out the lifted limo. Oh my goodness. If you guys don't know, the Yukon is actually sitting roughly around 10.5 inches of lift and on 38s. Now, this is a 38-inch tall tire as well, but holy cow, look how much taller the Excursion is than the Yukon. That is absolutely insane, to say the least. This thing came out so good. And again, right here in this little clip that you're seeing, it does look like it's sitting down in the front, but it is actually really, really level. The other thing in the front here is I do have another 2.5 inches I could put in the front to really make it up, but I'm a little nervous that once we get a load back here or get kids and everything in it, it won't look as good. So we're just going to leave it the way it sits here and just enjoy it. But again, when you see this thing in public, it does sit very, very, very flat. Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Senate Steve, and today we are in the limousine. And I know you guys are probably a little like mind blown that I purchased a limo. First I'll show you, we obviously are in the limousine here. I do leave the partition up only because I don't really want to turn the heat on back there. There's nobody back there and there's really no reason to run the heat. Secondly, there's some glass back there that is a little chattery and I have to find it. All right, I figured I would do the beginning of this video, the weight of this thing, because obviously we're gonna see what this thing weighs before and after a lift kit, wheels, and tires. So we're gonna see if it actually makes a big difference or a small difference. Obviously we're using a certified scale here by Cat Scales. They are certified for DOT and everything, and this thing is completely bone stock the way it is. My shop is actually probably only 20 minutes from here, so we won't use too much fuel, probably about 10 gallons to get just there. But we're gonna jump in here and we are gonna begin the lift kit. I've already got it actually weighed. I just wanted to come back here and shoot a little intro and outro for it, but I'm excited. We have a little under half a tank, so maybe when I come back I'll throw like 2 or 3 gallons in it, just so that we can keep it pretty much accurate and even. Nothing else is going to change in the vehicle except for my lunch, which might be a pound, which ain't going to make or break a difference. I might potty 2 or 3 times before this, probably won't make much of a difference either, but we're going to be pretty spot on. So let's see just what a lift kit from Rough Country, wheels, tires, and adapters weigh on this big girl here. We have got our paper. Drop your comments down below of what you think this big girl weighs, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of you guys. Holy cow. That's all I'm going to say. I've got my lunch here. Gotta say thank you to my girlfriend. She wrote a little note on the front of it here. It's actually turkey burger and something else, I don't really know, but huge shout out to her for always making me lunches and getting me prepared throughout the day so that I have energy. But I am blown away by the weight of this thing. I'll see you guys back at the shop here. I gotta actually go over there and take a picture. They did say that that is actually certified scale, so it is 100% accurate, and I've got to admit, I didn't expect it. I mean, I kind of figured it, but I didn't really think it was going to be that. So, all right, let's run around. I got to get a picture, and I'll see you guys at the shop. actually probably a solid week later from finishing the lift kit. I absolutely am so glad that I didn't continue to keep it squatted, but I'll put in that footage right now, and I'll pick back up with being at the scale to get this thing on the scales to see what this thing actually weighs. So I will see you guys at Love's truck stop with a CAT certified scale. All right, again, this thing looks absolutely killer the way it is. I know I'm actually not at the Love's rest stop right now, but I drove this thing all weekend, and I figured I'd just jump in and chime in real quick. This thing gets way more attention than anything else I've built, and I've built some pretty cool colored vehicles and some pretty unique vehicles that have gotten a lot of attention, and everybody that has stopped and said hello, hi, and this thing is absolutely epic. So again, huge shout out to Rough Country for joining on board on this. This is actually, again, I figured I'd tell everybody in case you missed the first two videos. This is a 2003 6.0 Power Stroke diesel, 6.0 Power Stroke diesel F350 lift kit, and it is their 8-inch lift. Sorry, I put that up because I was starting to hear a bunch of noise back there. But the lift kit, absolutely almost perfect installation. The only thing I had to do differently was I moved the drive shaft drop. I kind of fabricated my own on that, and that was honestly probably the only major thing that I had to do that was different on this thing versus the other thing, versus the F350. And the other thing was the block that was on the back of here from factory was actually a 3-inch block, I think it is, or 2 3/4 inch block. And the my F350 block that was under that truck was actually a 5-inch block. So I went ahead and put the 5-inch block on the back of here, and you can tell it sits absolutely level and absolutely perfect. So again, just wanted to specify that. Huge shout out again to Rough Country as always. First link in the description down below, and always will be. But I will pick back up in about 15 to 20 minutes at the Love's truck stop. We might lose some daylight, but they'll print out a little paper for us because it is a certified thing, and we'll see what this bad girl weighs lifted up on wheels and tires. I'm actually not sure if you guys can see me, but one thing I've got to admit is the limo actually does tow rather well with a trailer back there, and I'd say it's probably 3,500 pounds, maybe 4,000 pounds total of weight back there with the trailer and what's on it. But so far, I mean, it's chugging down the road. I'm in the passing lane. We're probably, I think this speedo is only like 9 miles an hour difference, so 75 down the highway, you never even know you're towing a trailer. So, all right, I'll pick back up at the shop. There she is. There's our next stop to see what this bad girl weighs. Now, I do have to drop something off the back real quick because we did something, which you'll see in the next video, and then we're gonna jump on the scale. Stand by. All right, we are pulling on to the scales. Now, I think that this thing, I'd say with the adapters we had to put on here, the bigger wheels and tires, and the lift kit being a tad heavier, I'd say we probably gained, I'd say 350 pounds. So let's see, I guess. Well, we pulled up where we need to be. All right, let's see what she weighs. All right, well, I have the previous weigh ticket, which I think you guys already seen by now, and I have the new one to purchase this. But I think this is actually way more impressive than I thought. And again, this thing still only has half a tank of fuel. I put 2 gallons in it before I came over here, only because I drove about 15 miles. So I did put I put 10 bucks in it. So $10 in fuel should have equaled us out to where we were previously. You can see there, half a tank of fuel. We did some mileage, obviously, but I mean, I think this is impressive. I'll pick back up, I think, at the shop. I know I brought this back up, so you did see it at the very beginning of the video, but man, oh day, is this thing an absolute monster. So a couple people actually asked me if I was going to keep this wheel and tire combo. I do actually believe I'm going to keep a 20-inch tall wheel on the Excursion here. The only reason I say so is because of the sheer weight of this thing. I think if I put a smaller tire on it, like the 24s and the 38s here, I think the ride quality is going to go down, and I don't want this thing to ride terrible. Right now, it actually rides the exact same with the lift kit on it. I do have the tires aired down a little bit, but again, it rides exactly the same as it did before I lifted it. I know that might be mind-blowing and mind-boggling, but driving down the road, the mannerisms in this thing are identical. The only thing is I did lose a little bit of steering, which it is what it is. But now let's get into the numbers that you guys are actually here for in the video. So originally, we went onto the scales here, and we measured out... So originally we went onto the scales here. In the front, we measured out 5,360 pounds. In the rear, we measured out 4,840 for a grand total of 10,200 pounds. Now, again, that was completely bone stock, half a tank of fuel, and me out of it also. So 10,200 pounds bone stock, which is a big, big girl. Coming in now, as you can tell, like the leaf springs are definitely bigger that we put in it. We put bigger wheels and tires on it. That was the factory size there. Huge difference. I think we probably gained 50 pounds of tire. Now, here is the difference when you say, and these are certified scales. That's why I decided to go the way I did. And again, the other thing that you're probably going to see different is the fact that I actually moved the weight a little bit farther forward on this truck when I pulled onto the scale the second time, as you can tell by some pictures that I posted on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely shoot over there. But there is the second weight, 5,700 pounds on the front axle, 5,180 in the rear. Again, I added no more. There was nothing else in the back of this thing, nothing else in the front of it. It is what it is. So with a grand total of 10,880 pounds, just shy of 11,000 pounds rolling down the road, this bad girl is. So some of the other things that we do know that we added to the front is we are running dual shocks in the front. We are running, obviously, the bracket here that you see is actually steel versus it was aluminum that we took off. Again, we had to run adapters in the front. We had to run adapters in the rear of this thing. The other thing I changed up too, which I actually forgot about till just now, is I did add another battery behind the seat, which I did not actually know about, but there was a battery in the back that was actually dead, and it wasn't running some of the electronics in the back. So I did actually put a battery in the front, so that might be, I'd say, 60 pounds. Alrighty, guys, so I have done a bunch of lift kits. As you guys do know, I've lifted the F450, the F350, the Yukon, the limo, the XJ sitting down there, the Urban Bourbon that I did. I don't know what else we have. Do we have anything else that's lifted right now? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I've always wondered how much weight you actually add to a vehicle once you lift it, put bigger wheels and tires. And this here was the grand finale, and finally a vehicle that I was able to do a before and after like that. I actually finally thought about it before I did the lift and everything. So there you have it. We gained roughly around 660 pounds to do the lift kit. But there you guys go. I hope you guys are enjoying the limo content. I know I am. I am going to get out here and play with it a little bit. I don't really want to, but I am going to get out here and play with it a little bit. So you'll see it probably, I'd say 2 or 3 videos from now. You won't see it right now because I'm a little bit behind on my videos. We have an off-road video coming up. I think that'll be 2 videos from now. And then tomorrow we actually have a really big announcement, a really big thing that happened to the channel. All right, guys, so there you go. That is going to go ahead and end the video. Again, I do have 2 very important videos coming out. I did some more off-roading. Eric's Everything Auto and I actually did some more off-roading in the Jeep, so that video will be probably 2 videos from now or 3 videos from now. But the next video is something that is 3 years in the making. That's right, 3 years in the making. I could finally pull the trigger on this, and it's simply because of something else that I did that makes more financial sense for myself right now because, well, I'll explain it in the next video. So you'll see in the very next video, I'm actually super excited about where everything's going. Everything's finally starting to come together, and I have everybody, well, each and every one of you guys to thank for that. So huge shout out, huge thank you to you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. So that's going to end the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in probably my most important video ever coming up next. If you stayed this long, write 3 years in the making in the comment section. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.